Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. This time we are opening up the top score contest for Season 3. So let's get into the rules real quick. You comment on this video with the player that you think will score the most goals in this season. Also with that, post your guess for the player's final goal tally, because that will be our first tiebreaker in the event that two people guess the same player. If two of those tally guesses are the same distance from the correct total in the end, the higher one wins, because I give some credit to those who think I'm going to do better than I actually did. After that, the next tiebreaker is the earliest entry. And that's all there is to it. That's tie-breaking rules. The contest closes 1 calendar week after I post the match that comes after the January transfer window. So the first match of February. Once that one's posted, 1 calendar week to finalize your guesses, and that's all. If you do choose to change your guess right then, after making one earlier on, your earlier guess will be void, and the new one will be your only guess. Only one entry per person at a time. You can change your guess as often as you want until the contest closes. I keep track of that on my own, so you're not going to gain anything by deleting or editing any comments. Other rules that we might need to consider: if two players end up as the top goal scorer with the same amount of goals, everyone who guessed both or all of the players that ended up on the same goal tally will be considered, and then the other tiebreakers will be considered as normal. So with that, let's go have a look at the squad and see what kind of players we have that are challenging for the title this year. Also keep in mind that players that come in or come out in the January transfer window, that comes into effect. So if you guess a player that gets sold, you're going to want to change, otherwise you have no chance of winning. And any player that comes in that might fit perfectly in the squad, score lots of goals, they are also eligible, so keep that in mind. Here we go. Callum Burton, he's a goalkeeper. Let me switch over to their stats there. He is not going to score many goals. And Remo Fekete, no goals for him yet. Troy Brown, another center back. Big, tall, strong in the air. If he gets up for a corner, you might expect so. Ryan Innes just came in from Crystal Palace. On loan, good strength. Not quite the jumping ability that Troy Brown does, but he's still very tall at 6'5", and has a decent chance if he gets up for a corner or a cross. Lloyd Isgrove, right winger. Good stats, but not too good in the finishing. Good dribbler. I think you can expect to see him make more chances than he puts away, but you never know. Han Kook Young, no goals for him yet this season, but he has pitched in with a goal or two in the past. He is a defensive-minded midfielder, so he doesn't get forward too often, but he's got the work rate for it. Ryan Leonard, check out that development. He has scored, I think it's just 1 goal this season. Yep, just 1 for him so far. But he gets everywhere, so watch this space. He will score more. Michael O'Halloran, our first choice left midfielder. He hasn't scored yet this season, which is kind of underwhelming since he did very well last season. But I think that once we get a chance, he's one of our better penalty takers, so you might see him score from the spot again. But watch out, he does get up the field a lot. Mick van Buren, one of our Dutch duo, he is sitting on 2 goals so far this season. Lots of good ability from him. He's just as deadly in the air as on the ground. He could be one of our big players this season. Tony Watt, not playing so well at the moment, but he's developing well. I think if we keep him around, he will start bagging the goals. Let's see, does he have any yet this season? 1 goal for Tony Watt this season. And he's hoping to add to that some more soon. Rene Howe, he's one of our lower rated strikers, but he's won from the beginning. No goals yet this season, but he can bang them in if he gets on the end of a cross, and he's decent on the ground as well. Gelson Moutinho plays as a center back, but if you check out those stats, he has got pretty good long shots, and he's pretty good in the air as well. I do play him at defensive mid for in a pinch, so he might get forward and score some goals. James Robson, one of our lowest rated players. I'm looking to loan him out, but he didn't get out in this transfer window over the summer, so I don't expect much playing time for him at all, and his attacking stats aren't that good either. Ryan Jackson, one of our right wingers, he's very good. He plays above his rating, but with tough competition for that position with Isgrove and Samosa, I'm not sure how much playing time he'll get, but he has bagged a couple of goals in the past, and I know he likes getting forward and might grab a few more. Christian Jolly, he's getting a bit old, starting to deteriorate in those physical stats. He's part of that battle for the striker positions. We have a lot of strikers this season, but he has 3 goals so far. He is second place striker at the moment. Ryan Alsop, one of our goalkeepers, not going to score any goals, I'm afraid. Nathan D'Alfonso, good development. He's good, well-rounded, good pace, some strength, good on the ball, and he's fairly tall, so he can get on the end of crosses. Where is he? Let's see, he has just the 1 goal for now, but it was a decent goal indeed. Andy Sandell, not likely to get much playing time with O'Halloran and Wilmot playing so well, and then there's also Elliot Richards, who's going to get some playing time as well, but he is getting on in age and will likely continue losing some of that stat power. Magnus Okwonghai doesn't get many chances, but when he comes up for a corner, you can bet we're going to be aiming for him. He is a monster in the air and likes to bag those from corners. Marco Somoza, kind of an unlikely scorer, but he has scored a few in the past. He had a flurry where he scored, I think it was 3 goals in a month. He is one of our right midfield options. He doesn't normally play in defense, as the right back position might suggest, but decent player, good goal scorer as well when he gets in those positions. Cedric Jugu, is he still injured? No, he was injured, but he's back. He gets some playing time, but doesn't often come up for corners, so I wouldn't expect too much from him. Jindrik Stanek, another one of our goalkeepers, probably not going to score. Robin Simovic ended up being our top scorer last season after a late flurry of goals. How many is he on at the moment? Well, he hasn't actually scored yet this season, which is a little bit surprising, but once he gets back into his stride and picks up some form, I think you can see him scoring quite a lot. Jacob Pepper, a more defensive-minded center mid. He hasn't scored for us yet, but he has put some really good shots off the bar and, near misses. If he gets some game time, he always has a go when he gets the chance, and I'd love to see him bag one. Robbie Wilmot, probably our highest rated player in terms of form. Excellent form for him, and he has 2 goals this season, and they were really good goals. He's also set up a couple of good ones as well. Kevin Feely, not getting too much playing time, but one of our center-back options. I don't think he comes forward too often for corners, so he would be a long shot in this contest. Andras Struna, similar to Feely, plays on the right side of a back 3. Doesn't often come forward, but I do recall him once having a chance to score, but being brought down in the box and winning as a penalty. So maybe he's not completely off the table for goals. Benito Raman started the season with an injury. He's picked up another one, so he's out for another 2 months with that broken ankle again. But he is very pacey, loves to get in behind, and will score if given the chance. Yunan O'Kane, no goals for him yet, but a very solid defensive mid. And I think he will get some chances, probably to put 1 or 2 in the net, maybe from a header if he gets up, or maybe just a long shot, you never know. Kwesi Apaya, very pacey, but one of the fringe strikers. No goals for him yet this season. Maybe watch for him if he gets to play, but a fringe player, I'm not sure how much time he's going to get. Danny Ings, Premier League quality player. He is our current leading scorer with 4 goals this season. He's developing well, tons of pace, great ability. He is probably one of the front runners for this season. Of course, if we can hold on to him in January. Elliot Richards, another one of our left midfielders, is probably third choice after Wilmot and O'Halloran. But he does play fairly well. He's developing a little bit. We'll see what happens as the season goes on with him. Rick ten Voorde, mostly strength, decent in the air, but well-rounded in the technical stats. Where is he? I don't think he's scored yet. Nope, no goals for Rick ten Voorde. Lyle Tiller as well, another fringe striker. No goals for him either. But, you never know. If someone else gets injured, he could find himself with a lot more playing time. It's impossible to know. That's why you guys have to make the choice. Adam Chapman, he bagged our first goal of the year this season. I think that might be his only one. Yeah, just the one goal for him, but an immense power for us. He's one of our longest serving players and is the team captain more often than not. Yakubu, not playing well, not happy because he doesn't get to play much. He's not getting much playing time. He's not particularly good on the field. He does all right as a defender, but almost never gets forward. So don't expect any goals from him. And we've got Georgie Thomas, Andrew Hughes, and Ryan Shearer out on loan, and that's it. So, leave your comments. Who is going to be the top scorer this season? Many good choices. It's a tough contest this year. That's all for now. Like, subscribe, comment. Of course, comment if you want to be eligible to win prizes. There is a prize. I still haven't decided. I haven't had to hand one out yet. There was no winner. Nobody picked Simovic last year. So, that's that. Stick your comments and guesses in, and I'll see you in the next match.